Hello, welcome back. And today we are on day 20 of our Advent calendar of Greek expressions, and we are looking at a word again that is very hard to translate. This is the word mangas. Mangas is a particular type of Greek personality trait between a good guy and a bad guy, a hero and a trickster. He's a little bit of all of that. To understand mangas better, it's good to see these Greek personality types as parts of a spectrum. On the one hand, you have the Levendis. The Levendis is morally upright, the ideal man of honor. We talked about him before. He is straightforward, he is generous, he is proud, he solves problems hand on with strength and honesty. No tricks, no shortcuts. He's the classic hero. On the opposite end, you have the elitis. The elitis is a scoundrel, a vagrant. He lives on the fringes of society. He uses tricks to achieve his ends, to get what he wants, often without respecting any moral code. He can still be charming, but he is charming in a dangerous way or perhaps in an immoral way. And somewhere between the two now is the place of the mangas. And this is also what makes the manga so interesting. A mangas is a person who is cool, confident, capable, and respected. He has a certain swagger, but this is earned. It is not faked, like in the case of Epsonio. Epsonio is someone who pretends to be a mangas, but is not. The real mangas knows how to handle himself in tough situations. He might be a bit of a show-off, but in a charming or impressive way. Calling someone a mangas is often a sign of respect for their skill, for their attitude, or for their guts. Ella manga can mean, hey man, you're the man, depending on the context. If you are into Star Trek, you can see very nicely these personality traits. These two people here are Levendis, they're morally upright, they would never do anything shady to achieve their ends. This here is an elitis. He's not from Star Trek, obviously. This is from Gone with the Wind, Red Butler. He is someone who is more of a scoundrel than a good person. He is a bad person. He's somebody who is always looking at his own benefit. But as a person, he still manages to be fascinating, to be attractive, and to impress us with his interesting way of being an elitis. And although he has his very own moral code, which is different from that of society, he does have a moral code. So we see in between at various places that he is willing to sacrifice his own interest for something that he considers to be the right thing to do. And these now are again from Star Trek, these are mangas. Scotty is a mangas. He is somebody who is always complaining about the difficulty of the jobs, but in the end he manages to do all his jobs, to fulfill all his tasks, and to get his spaceship out of the worst situations by finding some trick which you wouldn't anticipate, you wouldn't think of, but with a bit of tape and a few cables and a few, other bits and bobs, he manages to always achieve his ends. And of course, the biggest mangas in Star Trek is this one here, Captain Kirk, who again is not as straightforward as Picard would be in a situation. He's not a Levendis. He's not somebody who is always morally high standing. He's willing to trick others. He is willing to do things that are not allowed by the rules, that are against the rules. But he does it always in a clever way, in an intelligent way, in a funny way. And he does observe his moral code. He is not a bad person at all, right? He would never do something truly immoral. He will only bend the rules in order to achieve morally good results. And this is the thing a mangas would do. So the special action of a mangas is called a manga. A manga is a clever, unexpected solution to a problem. It's a kind of life hack before this word even existed. It's the moment when somebody does something smart and unconventional, and you think, wow, I could never have thought of that. Here's an example. Imagine you are looking for a parking in a crowded Athens street and it's impossible. You've been driving in circles for 20 minutes. Suddenly, your friend in the passenger seat spots someone with shopping bags walking to their car. He jumps out, helps them with their bags, and secures the parking spot for you. This is a manga. You would say, Βρήκε parking με μια απίστευτη μαγιά. He found us a parking spot with an unbelievable manga, with a clever trick. Another example, our car broke down in the middle of nowhere on a mountain road. My phone had no signal. We started to panic. After an hour, an old pickup truck pulls over. Out comes an old man with a huge mustache. We explained the problem. He just nodded. He didn't say much. He opened the hood, tinkered for about 5 minutes with a pair of pliers, and then just said, "Try now," and the engine started perfectly. We tried to give him money, but he just waved his hand and said, "No need." As he drove off, my friend said, "Now this is a true Mangas." So you see, one attribute of the Mangas is that he doesn't speak too much. He's not a man of words. It's somebody who quickly and silently does what is necessary without any regard for what other people will say. More examples. Ήταν μεγάλος μάγκας που παραδέχτηκε το λάθος του μπροστά σε όλους. He's a really cool guy that he admitted his mistake in front of everyone. Ο Γιάννης κατάφερε να πάρει καλύτερη τιμή. Είναι μάγκας στις διαπραγματεύσεις. Giannis managed to get a better deal. He's a real pro. He's a cool customer in negotiations. And you see, you can be a Mangas in a particular thing. You can be a Mangas in negotiations. You can be a Mangas in repairing something, although you don't need to be generally a Mangas in everything. So then you would qualify it. You could say, in a Mangas store, and then you say, in what kind of activity he is a Mangas. Now, because the Mangas is a trickster, you sometimes need to warn people not to try this trick on you. This brings us to an expression that you will hear all the time, "Μη μου κάνεις το manga." Don't go Mangas on me. Don't do the Mangas on me. This is a kind of warning. It means don't try to act all smart with me. Don't try to trick me. By saying "Μη μου κάνεις το manga," you are implying, because I'm the bigger Mangas, I can see through what you are doing. I can see exactly what you are trying to do. So it's pointless to try this trick on me. Again, an example, imagine somebody trying to cut in front of you in a queue. You could turn to them and say, "Συγγνώμη φίλε, αλλά μη μου κάνεις το manga. Η σειρά σου είναι πίσω." Sorry, my friend, but don't try to go Mangas on me. Your place in the line is back there. So to recap, the Mangas is not just a word, but it's a whole description of a personality. Originally, it comes from the rebetiko music subculture in the beginning of the 20th century, but today it describes someone cool, confident, and street smart, someone who can solve problems with a clever manga. And if someone tries to go Mangas on you, now you know what to say. "Μη μου κάνεις τον manga." And I will see you again tomorrow with the next entry in our Advent calendar of Greek expressions. If you want to find this entry written down, go to my Substack, holidaygreek.substack.com. Bye-bye.